Hello, welcome to the stream. Order, but today we're back on Divinity Original since Divinity Edition to continue on our playthrough. Whoa, my phone just scare me. Today we will finish Reaper Coast, finish equipping ourselves to be prepared. Then it will be time to literally jump into the unknown and probably die. And if I die, I will be mad. But I have the need to go to Nameless Isles if I want to continue the game, basically. I can't stay at Reaper Coast forever. I have 2 or 3 quests left on Reaper Coast. Then I will have finished and we'll just have to buy a new spell and things like that to be fully ready. And be full of source, obviously. Like, I will not go there without being full on source. I will not take that kind of risk. I can be dumb, but not at that point. So I will just need to make sure that I have money to buy equipment before I go. I still don't know if I sense my armor though. Because the Vulture armor is really good. Okay, I was there with the kid. So, if I'm... Okay, no, I need to go... Let's go to the square to remember exactly what I need to do. So I want to go. I still have a quest there. Technically, I have a quest there. And I have something that I didn't do in there. So, first of all, how much money do I have?
Never forget it.
I would say not enough. But...
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped.
Oops.
Glad to see you well.
What spell do you sell? Okay, you spell water.
I don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Okay, there is a lot of spells I would want. I really need to start buying. That one is useful. What spell do you already have? Okay, you don't have that one. That's good. That one can be a one-shot, that's interesting point. But I don't have the money. Do I really need it? Probably. That probably can be really good. I don't need to keep those, honestly. Okay, more spell, take your leave.
Later then.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I was wondering if the sound was not going to go. Hello, Remy. I just discovered that you were not following before that. I didn't even knew. But thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Does he have the memory to have everything or not? No, he can't have the source spell.
I'm alright, as long as I don't think about it too much.
I don't really need that. I don't really use it. But it's a lot of damage. Is there any spell that I don't really care about? Because that thing can be really good. For now, I'll not take it. I will take it if I see that I really need that. The new spell right there. Thank... Whoa! I've just seen that I made a mistake, but thank you for the sub! Thank you so much. I need to send the alert though.
Keeping it together,
I just realized that it's not right correctly.
I'm all right.
I can't write.
As long as I don't think about
It's
it too
not bop,
much.
it's bug.
You're safe among friends.
Thank you
Never
for becoming a
forget
bug cake. Thank you so much. Now my brain is confused on what I was planning to do, honestly. Oh, she doesn't have that spell, I think.
How you hold
Yes, she doesn't have it.
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Oh, you can go back? I didn't even knew that you could go back. Okay, okay. Honestly, that's logical. I was confused, but that's really logical. I don't have a lot of art
keeping it
spell.
together, Bree?
I'm
Oh yes, you
all
can now
right.
use
As long
most
as
of my emote now.
Back for a return visit, are you?
Never forget it.
I will need... What spell do you have that I could really whisk? That one could be good. But I don't have money.
Yep.
Frick. Okay, let's finish the last 3 quests that I have here. It is one there. Where's the chest that I didn't open before? At the same time, it can be money. It's been some time that I couldn't stream. Yesterday because I had a medical appointment, and today I go mainly because I didn't have time. So, can I persuade it?
The chest before you is. You hear a deep rumbling from inside the chest. And a voice emerges. The chest's chat.
Okay, no, I can't persuade it, so I will lockpick it. Wait, what? Maria could lockpick
The
it.
chest before you. You hear a deep rum. You hear a quiet.
Okay, so I
The
can't
chest
really
before
deal
you
with
is
that.
You hear a deep. The chest's.
So, other solution. Weak.
Lucky spot.
Experience. Just had to break the chest. Because if you can't open it, you just have to break it. Let's go identify the ring.
Buying or selling?
Whoops, wrong thing. Identify the ring. How bad is it? Because it's level 11. Yay! That's late. I'm way better than that now. And we'll have to upgrade our armor though. So. The test is done. I still have to speak with her again, and I have to get a last lever for that place.
Then don't come over.
For one of the demon exorcise.
If I don't come visit
I don't remember where I can get it. So first of all, I will go speak to her again. I'm a little bit stressed for when I will go to the Nameless Isle, just because I really don't know what is there, and I'm really scared to be too weak and dying. But if I play in a really cowardly way, I should be able to survive, probably.
Hush! The ancestor speaks.
She places a hand on her armor.
I already know that.
Fades.
Are you feeling alright?
No, I must be better. A scion hears the ancestors. I hear the armor must be complete. Then the...
Okay, no, I have nothing to say to you, so... There's one more thing to do, and it's to get a new lever from that place. Because there is one of the demon exorcises I couldn't do. Maybe the place with a lever that I didn't know what it was used for is the way to get the last lever I need. Maybe. Because the room is exactly the same, just not with a demon inside it. Maybe I'm supposed to get that lever. Maybe not. No matter what, I need to get the material that I need to craft the lever if I can't get it from that. I see it would be like maximum 5,000 experience, but I will take every experience I can. Money! Note. I don't even know why you had an axe, but I will take it. It's something to sell. I see that I didn't loot them. That's the main thing I see. I know I saw some iron that I needed, and I didn't take it. Oh, find it. Found it. So I'll be able to do the last exercise. And then leave. For a worse place. I was going to say a better place, but it's a worse place. I also think that it's there that I can finish Sibyl quest line. Remember, this is the one that I can finish sooner. So I would have to see if I can save scum the situation to be able to get to the two ending. Because I kinda want to get the 2 achievement now, and then I will choose the real ending I want. Where's the silver? Where is it? Where is the silver? I took it, I know that. I'm probably just blind, honestly. I'll find it. There we go. And now let's go kill a demon. Because it's the main thing I'm doing, killing demon. Honestly, at that point, either I'm able to strive and survive, or I have to restart the run today. It's the 2 possibilities that I have today. Either I fail, or I win. Not win exactly, but either I fail, or I am able to survive. Combine, I want to combine it with, where is it? Where is it? Where's the lever? But that's how my confidence is on myself. Yo, now speak to you.
I watch the gate. Who goes there? I watch the gate. Who goes there?
Tell him if there is anything living that cannot be killed. You've yet to meet it.
You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. Do not let it speak. Do not let it speak to you.
Tell the spirit you'll kill the one who must be killed.
No. You must leave. You must not speak to it. You must not speak to the one who must be chained. It will steal your soul. It will steal your very soul.
With persuasion, tell him you're collecting dungeon rat trapping as part of an art project. You'll only be in there for a minute.
Kill it if you can, but do not let it speak. I beseech you, do not let it speak. The lock will work. The gate will open. I am the key. I am the gate.
So, a new demon to kill. It's a lizard that is possessed. You have ace. Yeah, I see.
A lizard on all fours lies chained in the pit. The raw power you sense within her is barely contained by the spell that binds her.
Do you know who you are, God-woken? Do you know what you seek?
Take your leave.
Do not leave me here to rot and die. Show me the goodness of your heart, God-woken, and I will share my power. Set me free.
Refuse your request.
I know you. You are better than this. Show me the goodness of your heart, God-woken, and I will share my power. Set me free.
Turn her down once more.
The lizard closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak inside your head. Her voice transfixes you in a warm and pleasant way. but soon the treacle in her words begins to nauseate.
I know who you are. I know what you want. I know your good heart. I know you want to set me free.
With precision, tell her you'd love to help, but you're all out of source key.
With a jolt, she is repulsed. When next she speaks, it is through gritted teeth.
I know who you are. I know what you want. You will not get it, for you are nothing. Nothing. Get out!
Oh. Thing will not go well for you. I'm at 33% of my level 16, so... I don't know what you could have missed, honestly. I killed the 2 troll. I may or may not have more thing than you, that's maybe why.
I know who you are. 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 I know the weakness of your heart.
There we go. I see. Yes, in fact the fight is pretty hard, so I can really understand why you had difficulty. In my case, it's mainly because I knew in the first place the weakness of each troll and just use my summoning to block the way so they couldn't reach me.
I watched the gate.
Okay.
I'll watch the gate.
Okay, you're free. And now... Lady Vengeance. Travel. And the only thing I'm missing is to exit.
Shame I had to leave the stone garden behind. I feel so at home among
I'm
the
just a
graves.
little bit stressed, honestly. And it's never fun to be stressed. Like, I really apprehend what will happen next. If I could get you an armor. Honestly, no, you're already kind of good. And... So... I'm really now at the point where I'm so stressed. Everything could go wrong so fast.
So, Losa, have you figured out what to do about your little parasite? You don't need me to remind you how important it is you don't let it fester.
There you did what she said. You attempted an exercise but didn't go as planned. The demon resisted.
She stares at you, her face frozen, then blinks once, slowly, and snaps back to life.
Well, then we'll have to think of something else, won't we?
Kill the demon.
Don't worry, Losa dear. Mama Malady will think of something.
Tell me, do you have bad news? Mace Siva has died.
Her eyes flash with something, anger perhaps, or fear.
But never mind. We'd better focus on the task at hand.
She looks straight ahead, ignoring you.
Say you learn what you set out to learn, and you know the way to the Nameless Isles.
Well, aren't you industrious? It seems all the riffraff's back aboard as well. Ready to set sail when you are, Your Holiness.
Tell you're not quite ready to set sail just yet. I want to speak to him first.
Good to see you again. Marvelous ship you have here. Worthy of a king.
Wonder what he make of Malady.
She intrigues me greatly. I'd say it was brave of her to send you after a demon hunter, but bravery implies something to be feared. She's fearless. One eye is sun, one eye is moon. I wonder which half of her nature she yearns will prevail.
Take your leave. I hope it's the good part of her that will prevail. Because I don't want to have to kill Malady. She's fun. She's my friend. I appreciate
Jahan
Malady.
deeply inhales the sea air and smiles contentedly.
Take that. I want more money. Are you starting? Can I steal you? Yes, I never steal from you. Which make that perfect. The question is, what do I really want? Because there's more than one item that you have that is good. I could also steal not that much money, so that wouldn't be worth it. Do I take that armor? Yeah. Okay, there we go. I can't really steal anything else. Go away. So at least you will have a little bit more armor for that. If you leave, you will be like, who stole me? Who dare? Or not. Okay, no, you start realizing it. Hello? Okay, his brain stopped working, I guess. I will not complain. Combine with... whoops, not combine. I want to set the rune. Needs rune. Which rune could I put in that? It boosts my intelligence a little bit more, so a little bit more damage. Yeah. Wait, I just realized that I have... Okay, it's a medium one. I need a giant rune at some point. So you are more well equipped. Sell your old thing.
Jahan deeply inhales the sea air and smiles contentedly.
There we go.
So,
Even there's a bard that's coming aboard, you're ready to set sail.
ready to set sail when you are, Your Holiness.
Tell her everyone aboard that's coming aboard, you're ready to set sail.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Now, on to the interesting part.
After many adventures, the party finally reached the place where Godwoken go to become divine. But more surprises and difficult choices awaited.
The subtitle didn't follow the voice. Okay, it's my first time on the Nameless Isles. I'm stressed. I'm stressed but excited. Oh, and I just realized that, but one of the trolls is weak to poison, the other one is weak to fire. That's how you stop the regeneration.
So, Losa, here we are, the Nameless Isle. I imagine the demon inside you is all aflutter with excitement. And no wonder. Divinity is near at hand. Incredibly near. I trust that you'll keep him in check, now more than any other time. If you don't, the result will be cataclysmic. Apocalyptic. Very, very bad.
Okay. Apocalyptic, cataclysmic, and you end your sentence with very, very bad. I think you start with words that were more important and more significant on what will happen.
Carrying on then. Still, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't that right? And this is the place you're meant to become a god. I can't help but wonder exactly what you intend to do with such a power.
They'll do what need to be done for the good of the realm.
I have no doubt about that, but do remember, you can do what's good for you, too. All things in balance, you know. You'll want to hurry now. Divinity is waiting, after all.
Ask her what you should expect on the island.
Excellent question. Normally, this place ought only to be known to Godwoken, but Judging by the ships burning in the bay, there's been a breach, let's call it. Regardless of who's on the island, all that matters is who ascends. Make sure that's you. The strongest will survive and ascend.
Ask about this wellspring your god mentioned.
I'm hardly an expert on the matter, but I'm smart enough to put 2 and 2 together. Where there is an ocean of source, there is a well for drawing from it. To rise to divinity, you probably need to take a gulp. Though I'm sure it won't be that simple.
Take your leave. I'm really stressed. I don't like that. I hate being in the unknown.
That island, Quercus. Covered in forest. A true forest. Can you smell it? Over the stink of the water. Millennia of mulch. Those woods are ancient. Where better to find a clue about the Great Acorn? Some of those trees could even date back to the first forest. The Knights of Dre will never find us here. A perfect sanctuary to pause and complete our research.
Smile ask if he's thinking of taking a holiday.
There's no rest for the wicked, Quercus. And even less for those out to save the world, it seems. Somewhere on this ancient isle, there must be a clue that will help us stop the Acorn.
You're dead.
We must tread carefully. I'm sure such a wonderland will be dangerous, but at least it should be free from the Knights of Dre.
Ask what they'd do if you did run into one of these knights.
What would we do, Quercus? Why, we'd make them sorry they ever left their mother's nests. Anyway, we have something for your new best friend.
The squirrel reaches out and hands you a piece of bark, covered in tiny, scratched handwriting.
Something I discovered in your lizard friend's basement. She won't miss it, but use it well.
New recipe. Oh, to a new spellbook that I probably was already able to do myself if I wanted to. But I will still look. Grimoire. Yeah. Yeah. And again, yeah. They were all pretty much easy to do. And all pretty much... Wait, no, one is maybe useful. Wait. Wait. If I can use Thunder and Thief, I can probably use it. Okay, no, but it's water. Whoops. My brain is dumb. So, we are on the island of the god now. It's not dangerous at all. And the strongest troll is weak to fire. That's the weakness.
Quite a journey I've found myself on with you. Is this where it ends, I wonder?
Now that the island seem to riff with Dancer, might he be able to offer any advice on how to proceed?
Dangers indeed. You can almost hear the sounds of battle when the wind shifts correctly. And where there's battle, there's bound to be mercenaries. Gleku Duma, the words of the lone wolves.
Oh.
No doubt my former comrades will have them in their employ. Speak their words, and you might pass. Speak their words, and you might pass. Consider it a token of my thanks for the assistance in retrieving anathema.
That's what he meant by his former comrade. Who did he serve?
Pursuit of my interests has led me to fall in with some disreputable company in my time. For a short while, one such group was the Black Ring.
Oh.
I know. Not something to be proud of. But they let me do as I wished, so desperate they were for aid after the death fog cut them down to size. A fine arrangement, until they started preaching about this God King and his infernal covenant.
He snorts derisively.
The last thing this world needs is another would-be god, and an army of fools willing to follow him.
Ask us what it is. What is this covenant?
It's a sop to all the fools who think that someone will grant them power and immortality in return for loyalty. This God King has caused to make war with the Seven, and the covenant is how he's gathered his army. They become sworn, as it was put to me. bound to serve, die, and be reborn for the God King for as long as he wishes. Then, at some ill-defined point in the future, they think they'll be rewarded. You should have seen them all, on their knees, worshipping a new tyrant just to spite 7 old ones. I got away from them while I still could. Unfortunately, Dallas was waiting to snatch me.
Return to other matter. I take your leave. So, it's time. Achievement! Oh, there's already dead body. Yes. Okay, no, there's no shrieker. Oh. I suddenly had stress seeing that the body were birds.
These bodies have been purged. Who could have done this?
But that doesn't mean anything good if body were birds here. Waypoint. It can't mean anything good if people are birds. Lava! Oh! Biggest sense. I'm not good. I'm not good here. I shouldn't be here. Got this note. Okay, it's linked with the armor of Riverland. Oh wait, I can probably maybe see. Oh no, they were birds. No, there will not be any. Autosave! Nothing good ever happened from autosave. And the music stands. Black ring, okay.
Black ring. Could they be doing the purging?
Probably.
The plot thinnens.
There is people there. Black ring.
As if from nowhere, a sweating warrior appears before you.
Who the hell's be yow?
Tell him you're a lone wolf.
I've got misgives. Time's too short for doubt. Who be yow really?
Utter the phrase Cleotumar.
This satisfies him. He points you down the rise to where a skirmish still continues.
Then get to work right quick, yow wolf, and earn yow a keep. The order sends its swine, and yow must help us kill him. Move, Merc.
Give him a polite smile and shake your head. Tell him he and his friends shall be the one to die.
Comprehension spreads across his face, and he bares his teeth.
I fear not death, for I shall have eternal life. Yow should fear your own demise, for yow it is your end.
So, honestly at that situation, I ally with the Divine Order. It's more logical. My only problem is the fact that I play last. Like, I don't like the Divine Order, but they are less bad than that, honestly. I don't ally with the Void. After all, it would be kinda dumb. Take a lot of pain. I don't also ally with the lone wolf, honestly. I have the trait that doesn't mean I'm with them. But I could probably kill everyone here. I'm just scared at how much it will hurt to be hit by you. Oh, thank you! Thank you for going away from me. It was exactly what I wished for. Red dust. Okay, it's not on my archer, so it's fine. So you go here. I do that. And I do that. Then I do that. I do that. It's not dangerous at all as a creature. Nothing wrong will happen to them for being against me. I'm sitting with the Magister. Honestly, I don't like the Magister, but I have Standard. And my standards say to not ally with the one that pray with the void. Because like I already said, the Magister think they're doing a good thing. The Black Ring just want to have more power. Honestly, the Black Ring are bad people. Since, well, like I said, they ally with the Void. Which is technically the... Yes, we can kill everyone. The Void technically is... It's just... The Void is justifying its 8 because of what the 7 did to the King of the Void. From what I understand. But the Black Ring still stay as really bad person. And I'm just allying with the... Unless I'm just allying with the Magister and situation. Because if they still try to stop me, I will kill them. I don't care. I'm not their ally. Like, the only faction I'm in is myself. And that would have been fun if you could create your own cult. And the only faction I'm really in fact, is the one to remove the demon. That I could side with. I know I could side with demon, but I will not. Because again, I have Standard. Even if I will do it one time just because there's an achievement linked with that. Oh, experience. And I don't really hide the fact that I'm an achievement hunter in the first place. Visibility. There's also an achievement for joining the Black Ring, but I can't do that with my character because that's complicated. So I have no reason to side with the Black Ring. Oh no, they're killing the Magister. What can I do? As long as they're attacking the Magister, they're leaving me alone. Like, it's just helping me. Curse. Thank you for not using that on me. I can. That game is nice enough to not throw things at me. So they leave me alone. Basically. Okay, I need to move. Whoops, I removed the spell from my list. You on the ground. And let's ace you. You were already aced because you jumped, but that's okay. Bonk. Bonk. My damage definitely fell off from when I was still in Reaper Coast. Bonk. Bonk. You're sucked, you can play. Why did you do that? Okay, I understand why you did that, but that's still dumb. My summon need to move now. Wait, I just realized that technically you create your own cult. When you became the Divine, you're technically creating your own cult. Technically. You have that doesn't touch ally. Well, that doesn't touch ally, but it's that I could still hit with that. Critical hit, and Lois will play, and you die. Basically. If I can basically touch him. Really? Can you die? Oh, the game want to annoy me. And which way is that? Just kill him! I'm not mad.
Breathless, the Magister fishes out a canteen of water. She gulps half of it down, then splashes blood and grime from her face with the rest. She nods at you, a touch wary.
My thanks for your help. But who are you?
She will attack me, but say that you're Godwoken and you come here to this place to fulfill your destiny.
Guardwoken? There's only one Guardwoken on this island, and it isn't you. I owe you, but it doesn't mean I'll tolerate blasphemy either. Understand? Anyway, if you need shelter, look for the Bishop and the rest of my comrades. They retreated north to our rendezvous point. We'll head there once we've tended to our fallen.
They're too all done. She's saying that Alexandar is here and alive?
She nods.
Our true leader has returned and united us. It's nothing short of a miracle he's made it this far. He's dodged assassins more than once. Now it's our holy duty to safeguard him until he becomes the next Divine. And that means putting these Black Ring devils to the sword.
So Alexandar is alive.
You frown with surprise. Alexander vanished along with all the others when the Lady Vengeance breached the Hall of Echoes. You assumed he was dead.
Oh, won't he be ever so happy to see us? This is going to be extra fun.
Has as many lives as a cat, it seems. Let's see if he acts like one when cornered.
This is going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. There's a lot of body to steal. Ah, Altar of Relic, I can pray there.
The altar stands before you, flecked with moss and the cracks of age. An ant crawls across the surface, dipping in and out of the inscription that's engraved on the rock. In honor of Relic, first of the gods and patron of humanity.
It's a lie! He's the seventh one! Kneel before the altar, whispering a quiet prayer to your god. Perhaps here in his own temple, you'll be able to talk to him.
As your prayer drifts away on the breeze, you feel the world around you shift. You open your eyes to a courtyard with wooden targets and practice posts scattered about. A man stands in the center of the court, his face turned towards the sun, his eyes wide open. He's old, grey hair matted against his skin, but you still recognize him. Ralik. He doesn't look over as you approach. It's only when you're standing right beside him that you see that his eyes are clouded and grey as his hair. He is completely blind.
Go, Godwoken. Find the Well of Ascension. Do your duty.
The vision fades, and you stand once more in the shadow-speckled glade of Ralik's temple. Looking down at the altar, you see a faded symbol for the sun carved into the rock.
And... okay. Still more blazing because I can. Ah, an arm! Yay! Food! That's not horrible, but it's a fact. Oh, what is that? I just realized I completely forgot about another thing that I forgot in the last area, but I can't go back there, so it's nothing. It will be finished forever. In the body part.
White-hot pain, fangs sinking into you. A magister appears and offers her hand. You reach for it, but there's a loud snarl. Warm blood soaks you. Then, darkness.
Wait, Dolores? I know that name. Dolores!
Quick as a flash, the magister has an arrow notched on his raised bow. He falters. A glimmer of recognition crosses his face, followed a moment later by a wry smile.
My Fort Joy savior. I never thought I'd clap eyes on you again. You always seem to catch me at a low ebb, unfortunately. My troop was slaughtered by Black Ring. I'm the only survivor. What are you doing here?
Say that you're a god woken, somewhere on this island lie your destiny.
A skeptical eyebrow arches upwards.
You, Godwoken? That seems unlikely. Never mind. There are more important matters at hand. Bishop Alexander and the others might still be out there. I need to find them. Let me stay by your side for now. You can count on my bow in any fights to come.
Mention that you help us some Magistrate Paladin fight off Black Ring force at the Temple of Relic. They're tending their dead before regrouping.
I'm glad to hear it. I ought to see if the bishop and the others survived, though. Without them, this old mission is for naught.
Tell him to come along and to stay close.
He slings a quiver of arrows across his back and nods.
Continue.
Eyes sharp.
I have a friend! I have a friend! And that didn't remove my lone wolf. Perfect. Now let's steal what was on your the body of your friend. I got a friend! Who say no to friendship? I'm happy to have saved him now. I wasn't expecting him to come back. Like literally I was expecting him to be useless at that point. Okay, nothing more to do. For now, yes. Surprisingly. For now. That's the important word. You better not walk in the cursed flame. I trust you to not be dumb. I need to find Alexander to bring him... to bring Dolores to him. Nope. It's not the...
But how will I know if I've been chosen?
King came to me in a dream. And he snakes fall. To some, it appears as an eagle.
Oh, the other one are not in the fight. Perfect. I could probably have speak to them, honestly. That was pretty dumb. Do not have tried to speak, but... speaking hard, you know? And I don't like speaking. Okay, it's an electric one, sadly. At least normally there is one more island after that one. What I understood, you can get to level 25, so... automatically there is a lot more content. That, then... Using a source spell. Curse. Thunder. And I dodge. I bail. So. One down. Two more. Well, not two more, but more to go. You're slow. That was basically a useless hit. But that game have so much content. That's a thing that is really true. That game have a lot of content. So the one that is invisible will not be anymore. But you have a high magical armor though. And I don't like you for that. Go there. And that. Darius is not fighting, but I'm fine with that. Honestly, my only goal now is to make every fight the least fair I can do. Poison flasks, that's fine. You can't even... Oh, that's less fine. But that didn't curse her, that's fine. And then you could... What? And yes, I really don't want to start over. That's why my only goal is to make that unfair. As unfair as possible, at least. After all, if you want to win, and no matter... Anyway... You need to accept that it's unfair. You need to be unfair. If you want to win in anything. At least in a video game. Obviously, don't see it in a competition and something like that. Okay, goodbye, summoning. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh. You know what? It will be your job to kill him. Or not, because you don't do enough magical damage. That's fine. You're dead. You're dead. And... You're really art. And then dead. Probably. Or not. That's fine, the rest can end it, probably. I hope. You're useful, right? Okay, my summoning is mine again. And you're the last one. Okay, goodbye, summoning. You're alive. Oh, you're offering yourself. That's good. I like when people are offering themselves to me. To die. I don't know why this art There is Shrieker! No! Stop that! Get some help! I hate Shrieker. Please get some help, game. Stop putting those in my face. At least I can loot. They all have... a lot of them have Black Mirror, but I don't know what it is. Okay, there is more enemy than that. Okay, there is more Shrieker than that. What is on that side? Please no more Shrieker. I don't like Shrieker. Oh, there's something peaceful over there. Oh, it's the Elf Temple, that's why. Wait, what? A summoning called Trade the Merchant? Okay. That's fine by me.
What strange contraptions are these?
I don't like that.
An empty pedestal stands before you. From the ostentatious nature of the carvings upon it, you can tell it once used to hold something of great value.
Something's missing here. Something valuable.
I don't like when there is dead body. I don't like dead body. Let's go to the Elven Temple. It's not stealing, right? The last forest tiger, the last forest tiger more. A demon? The heck? Is there a way for me to fly up there? So I can skip the problem? Wait, that thing is more safe to fly. Yup. That's the altar.
This is incredible. What is...
Before you stands a shrine of a... You've seen machinery like...
Rick, the other one doesn't get teleport. That's a problem. I don't like that. So let's go back down. Because I clearly can't leave him alone. So let's get rid of some Shrieker. Oh wait, I can go up there. And get rid of the Shrieker in a smart way. Probably in a smart way. Why would anybody use Shrieker? That's so dumb. Don't be...
The others seem to have made this place into a stronghold. This is where we part ways, I think. Thank you. Until next time.
Oh, you give me an item. What did you give me? A good bow. Less good than mine, but a good bow. Run away!
You do not look Black Ring. Explain yourself.
Tell Dev that you're Godwoken, here to claim your birthright.
The elf's deep golden eyes go wide. A strange smile dances across his mouth, and he starts to roar with laughter.
The gods chose you as their champion. Some human waif.
I also have an elf.
Run home, little Godwoken. You find only death here.
You've killed more Godwoken than you can count to get here. You're not turning back now.
We have all swatted flies. That is not what lies ahead of you. You are not worthy of this temple. Leave. Run back to your hearth. Cower there while death searches for you.
Tell the elf you've been to the afterlife and back to get here. He will stand... I don't want to menace you. I don't really want to be your enemy. I'm scared to be your enemy. Save.
The laughter dies from the elf's eyes, replaced with weary seriousness.
Good. It is proper that the Godwoken should not be so
Oh.
easily pushed away. Too many are not ready for the trials ahead.
You wanted me to be that.
You may proceed. You find no threat here. Not from me, at least.
As that what's going on here, the island has been overrun by the Black Ring.
The island is not overrun. This temple stands strong. The other gods were clearly not as powerful as Turs and Delius. In his fortress, the Black Ring do not succeed. They do not kill the Godwoken, but...
Oh. Stretching. I was confused, but yes, it's been 1 hour of stream. Stretching. Yes. Stretching. 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 There we go.
But they do not fail. Now, knights and Godwoken both cower behind monsters, tied to sticks.
Look around the temple, curiosity. You're the head of the Divine Order was here.
Yes, he resides here for a time. He and his troop commandeered the top level of my temple. He is not the Godwoken I expect. Few ferocious warriors bring an army, or shrieking monsters tied to posts.
I guess you'd ask if Alexander is under his protection then.
I protect the Godwoken of his temple from the Black Ring, from the Magisters, from all threats of this world, but not from other Godwoken.
I see.
What one Godwoken does to another is divine business. It must not be interfered with.
Take your leave.
May Ralik ever watch over you.
I don't care about Ralik. And I will destroy you because you're annoying. I really dislike Streaker. Kind of obviously I dislike Streaker. I love you.
Eyes closed, the tiger seems to be praying.
I am the last of my hide, my stripe, my streak. All of us but I fell dead in the mist when the two legs had their war. I pray to thee to bring us back, to save us from our end.
She cocks her head to listen to a voice you cannot hear.
If the covenant be in good faith, O black-winged god, and all the forest tigers shall return, then I shall accept your...
Wait, tell her not to listen to the voice.
She opens her eyes and turns to you.
Or what? Shall you kill me with your fog of death like you did my cousins? This is our only chance to live.
Tell her the covenant is a lie. It brings only death. Success impossible.
She closes her eyes. A low growl rises in her throat.
They all shall die, my king, and I shall start.
She stares directly at you and bares her teeth.
Really?
With the she-man.
Really? You had to go against me. You had to. I do not take any pleasure in destroying you. But you are the one that decide to go against me.
I'm ready.
That's an important lesson that I make people learn in my stream. Do not go against me. Or at least if you go against me, leave me the choice to maybe not kill you. If I have the choice to spare somebody, I will probably take it most of the time. Bonk. You have perseverance, okay. Honestly, that will be useless for you. Everybody is wet. You're frozen. You're in pain. And it's time for you to finally rest. Goodbye. Good experience too. Right.
The leaves of the altar rustle, a gentle murmur on the breeze. You lean in, a sweet smell wafting around you, the smell of fresh wood, of blooming flowers, of a gentle summer's night.
Bow your head and whisper a desperate plea to Tirsandarus. If his temple still stand, perhaps he is, and a better way than the other.
The scent fills your mind, and your vision starts to swim. You blink and find yourself standing in a dark glade. On the wind, you hear a whisper.
God woken.
You turn towards the voice and see the broken body of a fawn. A raven is perched upon its head, pecking at the gory hollow that once held its eye. You're about to turn away when the body twitches.
God woken.
The raven turns its gore-streaked beak towards you. Its eyes are a deep bloody red. God woken. It croaks as it takes to the air, circling the glade. God woken. The fawn's breathing is shallow and ragged.
I need to heal. Please, if we are to make it to the Well of Ascension, I need your blood.
Very well, pull a blade from your belt and cut yourself, so your blood drip into the fawn mouth.
As your blood touches the deer's lips, its head lurches forward, clamping its mouth over the wound. You can feel half of your vitality slowly drain away. You pull your arm back, breaking the connection, and see that the deer has grown too long in sizes. It gets to its feet, kicks something towards you, and stalks away. You pick up its gift, a round white stone, and are getting ready to leave when you feel a cold, heavy thump on your shoulder. You look up into the fierce red eyes of the raven.
My HP are down.
I see you, Godwoken. It croaks. I see you. The blood-flecked beak lunges at your eye, and you feel it. You feel it tear through the lid, through the jelly, and crack against bone. You stumble back, grasping at your face. Your eyes are fine, but the altar is changed, with the crescent moon hacked into the wood. As you leave, you can't shake the dull, thudding ache in your eye.
Okay, so heal. Let's heal. Where was the... Oh yes, I remove it. It's... I wasn't expecting to lose that much health. Where is my... That wasn't fun. I didn't like that. But I found a new altar. And I lost most of my HP. It is not fun. So, Divine Order, friend.
Protect the bishop no matter the cost.
Garrett, what are you doing?
I am at the ready.
Magisters, lower your weapons.
I will have your head, Seeker.
Be at ease, Magister Rowe. Weapons down. Gareth, I have done you a grave injustice. I was deceived, and I was too weak, too naive to see it.
Alexander holds his hands outwards towards Gareth, his blade resting flat across his palms, a gesture of goodwill and peace.
Tell it to Garrett, Alexander is right. He is not the enemy the Seeker believe him to be, not anymore.
Godwoken, have you come to witness the death of the noble coward? How fortunate. You can tell the tale of Lucien's other wayward son. Amusing you should defend this slug's life on the basis of his ignorance. Have you seen the terror this man has wrought? Have you forgotten of the purgatory he threw you into? Have you forgotten what he has taken from me? My friends, my parents, my life, a life dedicated to service at his father's side. I've forgotten nothing. Alexander, you are the sinner, yet the gods have allowed us to suffer for it. I would kill you 100 times over if given the chance.
I will save before trying to persuade. Because I kinda want to have the more ally I can. Or is there a glorious weapon? He must overcome his cruelty and rage.
Gareth looks to you, then to Alexander. He digs his teeth into his lower lip until blood seeps out from the tender skin. The silence is thick, yet neither Gareth nor Alexander move.
You are not Damien. You are not Damien. Damien. My sins have been as great as yours, Alexander. I've just been too blind to see them. It's just your father. You could forgive Alexander when I could not, Godwoken. I hope you show me the same kindness. I will meet you aboard the Lady Vengeance when you are ready.
So, you.
That seeker was out for my blood. You have most impressive skills of persuasion, sorcerer.
Remark that the last you saw of him, he was in a coma aboard the Lady Vengeance. What happened?
My destiny was unveiled to me in the Hall of Echoes, at last. I realized how Dallas had been sabotaging me all along.
Ask how Dallas was sabotaging him.
She had her accomplice, Friedemann, pose as someone who could train me how to master my God-woken powers. But it was a lie. They sought to hinder, not help. While I was being occupied by Friedemann, Dallas began taking over the Order. I confronted them once I returned from the Hall of Echoes, and the pair of them tried to kill me. They must be Black Ring agents, tasked with preventing me from ascending. They won't succeed, though. I know what needs to be done, and I have good, loyal Magister and Paladin companions to help me see that it is done.
Remark that he isn't the only Godwoken who could ascend. What make him think he should be divine above all other?
I was born for this duty. As long as he lived, my father groomed me to take his place, to speak for the gods. And make no mistake, divinity is a duty, not a reward. Others may be able to claim the mantle, but only I can shoulder the burden, the responsibility.
So is this that you should work together to enter the council? The trial within can decide who will become the divine.
Make no mistake, Godwoken. I do not need to work with you. I will enter the council when I am fit and ready. But you are desperate. That much is clear. Make yourself of use to me, and I shall help you unlock the council. You must strike down the one who leads the Black Ring on this island. That is my price.
I was already planning on doing that, so I agreed to help and ask what he knew about this Black Ring leader.
He's known as the Sallow Man. My father faced him in battle during the Great War. He's a wicked creature, a master of illusions who hides in the shadows and sends others to do his bidding.
Come on.
Alexander produces an old cowl and mutters an incantation. The cloth glows a cool blue for a moment before settling back. He hands the cowl over to you.
My father concocted this charm so that he could face the Sallow Man in battle. The cowl has now been laced with its essence. Wear it, and he will be forced to reveal himself. Succeed, and perhaps you can join me inside the council. There we can see who shall be the next divine, once and for all.
Yeah. We're not allied. Oh, I got paid because of that.
You're thinking the same thing. Alexander wants to be the new divine.
Didn't that guy pretty much invent Forjoy? Imagine him as the divine.
He hardly has his father's qualities. Besides, he's not to be trusted.
I will help him because it solved some of my... Well, it gave me help. But I will not let him ascend. He is not the one that will become divine. That's better. Like, I help him because I'm nice enough.
Godwoken, the mother tree calls you. Follow the spirit. Climb to the heart of the tree. The mother awaits.
Do I want to do that now? I could. Oh, source. Do I want to do that now? I'm saving because I don't know how well it will go. Ah! Run away! Is Syla here? Doesn't seem like it. I would have expected her to be here since she's an important character. Evan Sion. Oh, 17.
Mother, you don't look well. How vulnerable you are. At heart.
Nope, I will not do that now. I will not do that now.
Please, go ahead.
See that you've long wondering how it actually worked at the Master and the Scar?
And I remember saying I'd probably never tell you. Then again, why not? I suppose some stories were always meant to be told. So, here goes. No, hang on.
She retrieves a small flask from her backpack, uncorks it, and takes a big swig. Tears stream from her eyes as she offers you the flask.
They're tears of joy, I assure you. Here, have some joy.
Accept.
You drink. It burns. Soon the tears run down your cheeks as well.
Not bad, is it? So good it has us crying like babies. Now then, the epic of The Master and the Scar. Sounds like a melodramatic opera. There was, of course, some singing involved. It began when I woke in the dark room. He removed my blindfold, and still I did not see. He himself was darker than any shadow, but I could hear him give orders to another. Stingtail. How he came to regret the actions he performed that day. The Master bid the dream a dream, and so he did. He sat there. I could feel his hands upon my cheeks. He trembled, as if in pain. I didn't know what was going on until quite suddenly, his right hand became a flame. I screamed as he traced the design of the scar into my searing flesh, but I could not move, not an inch, and all the while the Master looked on in darkest silence.
Visit what doesn't kill us, make her stronger.
In that case, I should be able to lift mountains by now. So, once the scarring was over, and the pain began to fade, the training began. With words, whistles, snaps of the fingers even, the Master could make me obey his every command. Young, strong, smart. You know I don't exactly lack in qualities. It didn't take him long to train me in the arts of stealth, subterfuge, and assassination. It shakes me little now, all too little. But that first time, that first real kill, it was such stuff as nightmares are made on. I had now lived in the dark for what might as well have been years. I was in a wood, but the trees there were sick, grey, leafless hydras sticking out of ashen earth. There were no stars that night. She sat, shivering beside a fire. I was nervous. I had to chase her. My hand hated itself, tried to resist, but there is no resisting the Master's song. My stabs weren't as mercifully exact as they should have been. I had to bring down the needle again and again as her screams flooded the forest with terror. When it was done, I crawled back to the Master, broken, crept back into the box, and through its cold black lid, he told me I had done well. Next time, I'd do better.
The Master and the Scar tell her it's an epic that deserves to be unwritten.
You understand me completely. With the needle, I'll kill him. And with the needle, I'll strike his name from my skin. The bastard will be Master no longer.
Yeah, that emote is the good emote for the situation. Let's just say that she didn't have his life. And we will have to kill some Master. Because he is part of the people that I will not spare. Even if the game tried to give me the choice, he will not be spared. Wait. You want to speak to me and I don't want to die. What do you want?
Sabine slides her hand in yours, makes your heart skip a beat with her particularly coquettish smile.
I've something I need to tell you.
There you all here.
She scrapes her throat, hesitates, almost as if she's a bit nervous. There's a first.
I'm afraid you're going to accuse me of killing the mood, but... Thing is, I need to talk to you about the Master.
The Master, is there anything amiss?
No, not anymore. Or so I hope. My dear sweet Losa, I've grown to trust you more than I've trusted anyone since...
Wait, that's a dialogue link with the two character? Oh!
Since I've had names on my skin.
Look her in the eye and say you're proud to have earned her trust.
Wasn't easy, I know. Come, sit down with me for a moment.
If it wasn't from the thunder in the background!
You both sit down, cross-legged, knees to knees, hand in hand.
What?
Suddenly, a melody. Sabine sings a song, haunting in its simplicity. She uses no words, sounds rather. It's beautiful, yet somehow menacing.
This is my Scar song. It's all the Master needs to make me his slave once more, unless your voice opposes his. I will soon confront him, with you by my side. My life and my liberty I place in these soft, strong hands of yours. Will you sing?
Say you'll do anything for.
Good answer.
Her cat's eyes close as she leans in for a kiss.
Oh! Meet her lips.
You kiss. It's sweet and wonderful. You wish it could last forever.
My word.
You both get up and smile to one another warmly. When you hear a sound in the distance and turn to look, Sabine pats you affectionately on the bottom.
Adventure calls, but I say we do this again sometime.
Okay, now... Freaking Shrieker, shut up, Terragay! You definitely deserve to be destroyed now. You're annoying. You mess up the good gay time. That was payback. Finally, silence. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that scene though. And I'm happy now. And I'm also happy that there were really a dialogue link with the two of them. Since you call her name. And same time, at the start of the story when you play Lois, it's kind of implied that your character have a crush on her. Kind of imply, as Lois. Oh! Artifact. I don't know what that thing does though. Close that. Okay, I will have to find the master and kill him. Some black ring, okay. I was going to ask, do I try to speak to them, but I'm not sure if I don't just take the opportunity to it. You know what? Let's do it. Let's see.
A hulking black ring captain glares at you with his one eye. The other one, a weeping socket surrounded by recent burn wounds.
You're not one of mine. You're not from headquarters either. Explain yourself, or I'll open you up and rip out an answer myself.
His blade is inching out of its scabbard, even as he speaks.
Utter the word of the lone wolf and say that you don't answer to him.
The captain forces the parts of his face that can still move into a scowl.
Bloody mercenaries. All right, pass freely.
Oh well. Just to see. Probably not. There's it says there. There is thing there, a cave. Turtle!
Nothing to see here. Please move along.
Not the turtle's great hates. He must know much about the island.
I know it's doomed. All will die, and all will fall to ruin. You bring chaos here. You bring death. Leave me out of it. Leave me be.
Okay. After all, I will not attack you. You're a turtle. There's a cave entrance there. I suddenly don't feel the desire to be in there. Because for some reason, I feel like it's not at my level. I must really say that I'm still really happy that there are other romance scene. I'm really happy about that. Even if the Shrieker, let's say, made that sad. Because Thunder, they're annoying. So it's time to kill some Blackring, though. Why can I go in the water there? So you don't move, perfect. That feels fair. That feels completely fair. And we take those. Is a Portermaster in the fight? Yes, it is. Why is there suddenly more enemy? I don't like that. You don't play. You don't play. Levitate, that's fine, as long as you can't attack. I feel like I need to kill the Portal Master before it can do its thing. At least, definitely, it's the goal. You're stunned. You will be a problem, though. Provoke, really? Really? You had to do that? Oh, you're frozen, so you can't play anymore, but still. Teleportation, that's fine. If Floys play well, she can cause a lot of problem. Like that. And that. And that. So, she played well. Good. Good to see that she play well. Curse. That's fine, she's not curse. So, now. First of all. Then you're both frozen with not that much HP. Oh no, I think I removed the... Yeah, I removed... Okay, no, I didn't remove it. You're both dead. Okay, she summon creature from the water. That's fine. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Bonk. Bonk. Now, you die. Because you came in the wrong neighborhood, fool. Oh, you survive. I was wrong. Sorry. Oh, dare you backstab me. You don't have that much magical armor, so let's do that. Let's do that. So you're frozen. Let's do that. One more down. And do that, because you're made of water. And put more physical armor on you because you almost lost everything. She will take care of the rogue. And I will send Lois to take care of the maids. Well, more summoner than maids. Send Lois and the summon. You're dead though. Or not. There we go. There we go. So, how are you doing? I hope the answer is bad. Because soon it will be. You're tilled. I can do that. Do that so you don't play. And do that so you're in pain. And that, because why not? This guy sucked. Bonk. And if I do another crit, you're dead. Okay, that's one problem solved. And now I can go help in that fight. Or not, because you're dead. Still psycho though. Like, it's not because she's in a relationship now that she's not a psycho anymore. And that's fine, I'm not trying to censor. I need to identify a lot of my item. And also sell some item. What do I have that take a lot of space? That, the wand to, and the staff. The corpse. I'm close to leveling up. I will go back to the ship, honestly. That's the best place to identify my thing and sell. Useless. Nothing. Nothing. Pretty much useless. Let's see if I can see spirit here. Okay, the portal is definitely closed. Yes! Hello, you.
The spirit of a black-ring conjurer looks around in confusion, seemingly oblivious to you.
Nah, take your leave. I don't want to eat you. I'm not that kind of person.
I'm afraid that exploring this island would only
Okay.
consume precious time that I need for my work. I shall be remaining here.
He really focused on his job, which is good. I don't want him to do anything else. That sounded a little bit too controlling for what I wanted to say. Useless. I don't think there is anything else I need. I don't know why I didn't learn those spells with Sibyl. First of all, let's sell that. I have a little bit of money, so I could buy something. But let's first of all equip the new glove to you. Stop being annoying. There we go. Start selling all the useless item you have. The only twist of that bow is the fact that there is a skill link with it. Except that there is not that much interest. I don't know if my damage will be higher though. But I lose 10% crit sense. That's not worth it. The crit is a little bit of my thing.
I'm afraid that exploring this island would only consume precious time that I need for my work.
Sells.
I shall be remaining here.
Ah, yeah, sell. 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 Do you have enough money? Yes, you do. You have a lot of money. I doubt you have any crossbow that is better than what I already have. Yeah. That armor is good, but I lose my ability. I like the fact that now my choice are literally, do I want to keep my armor ability or do I want more armor? I forgot that I have the Dust Blast. Seal. Whoops. Sell. There's also belt that I could switch, but mine is already good. Do I have a better seal? Technically that's better. Yeah. It's not technically, it's literally better, but... yeah. Let's buy that.
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
Eh. So, Sibyl will have a better shield. War shield. They give her a little bit of leadership too, which boost my dodging. Which is rare that it's used, but in the situation where it's used, it's always useful.
Consume precious time that I need for my work. I shall be remaining here.
Yeah, you said it already enough time. Now, scroll. I want to see if I can create resurrection scroll, yes. And let's go back to the beach. So... oh, I could loot that. Fun. I didn't even realize that I could probably loot. We don't like a little bit of loot. And discovery too. But that was nothing. Nothing useful, at least. How do I find the altar of the lizard god, though? I already find the elf one, I already find the human one. So I missed the dwarf, the lizard, the maid, the orc, the imp. And I think that's it. There's 7 god, I found 2, so it left 5. Oh, there is platform. The ground is going down. What? Crocodile!
A saltwater crocodile looks around, seemingly disoriented. It spots you.
Where'd the water go? Why does my head hurt so much?
You see that it was transported from the sea to here through a portal. The shore isn't far from here, though.
The shore, yes. After a rest.
The crocodile slumps down and closes its eyes.
Good rest. Good rest, Croco. Love you, Croco. Can I enter? Yes, I can. Again, when I enter a place, I'm still not feeling safe because I feel like it will be higher level than me. I don't like that. The corpse are level 16, so technically they're not supposed to be higher level. Technically. Key! Who say no to key? There's too many corpses. Something isn't right.
I can't make heads nor tails of this. It looks like this place gave the Black Ring a bloody nose. Best be careful ahead.
Devise the group. Devise the group. I feel like there's a trap.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Yup. Big brain.
Look out! I see a trap nearby. Careful now. That's a trap.
And now can Sue join me without triggering the trap? Nope. Okay, something wasn't right, and that was kind of obvious. It didn't take to be a genius to realize that there were a problem. So, temple. There is something behind that wall. How do I get it? Oh, hello you.
An ancient-looking lever stands before you. It's still damp from the recently receded floodwaters.
Take a closer look at the lever.
There's a small slot in the side of the lever, almost like a keyhole.
Oh, I already have the key. Insert the key into the slot and pull the lever.
A deep rumble heralds the wall beyond sliding downwards, a hidden door.
Wow! Wow! Secret! But I still have to explore the area. I'm still waiting for the trap that will come. It can't... Oh, it's the orc altar. Oh! Why?
The grim drip, drip, drip of floodwater and the bloated body at your feet make this place feel more like a defiled tomb than a temple. Nevertheless, you approach the altar.
You hope this is less dramatic than the last time. Bow your head in prayer.
Your vision clouds, and you open your eyes to a dark glade. Before you lies a bull, trapped beneath a fallen tree. It stares at you with malevolent eyes. As you watch, it transforms to a bear, claws digging into the earth as it struggles to dislodge the log. You blink, and it turns again. A gorilla now. It's vaulted back, pushing hard against the wood. After a few more minutes' struggle, it slumps to the ground, defeated, and its contemptuous eyes return to you.
Strength! Give me your vigor!
Accept the god request. Let's drain your vigor, please.
The god
Don't
shifts shape
curse.
again, contorting into a snake. Grimacing, you reach out your hand, and Vrogir sinks his fangs deep into your palm. You feel his curse spreading throughout your body as your strength starts to ebb away. At the same time, the snake grows stronger and starts to pulse with a faint light. You drag your hand back before the very last of your vigor slips away, and you stand hunched over and gasping for breath. The gentle glow within Vrogir grows brighter until you struggle to look at him. The god bursts into yellow flame, searing its way through the log. Vrogir transforms again, standing before you in his true orcish form, before snorting in derision and walking away. The vision slowly fades, and you are back in the temple, the smell of damp death filling your nostrils. You see that a crude sun pictograph has been hacked into the altar's rock.
Okay, please uncurse your girlfriend, please. It will be appreciable. She need to be uncursed. Where is the spell? There we go. And you can get your normal spell back. I could also have played music, honestly. That would have worked. Why is there mortal? Why is there that thing? That mortal. It's
I found something.
It's my brain doesn't work. Ballista. Artifact. I still don't know what is a use for that, but I'm getting them. Nothing there. What the Ark were the main enemy in Divinity 1? I never saw one alive in that one. Oh!
Kneeling before you is the spirit of a priest, an orc priest. He produces an ornate dagger and slices open the palm of his hand. Around him, a sound suddenly rises to a roar of rushing water.
Vrogir, I am your servant to my last breath.
He daubs the altar with his spectral blood and bows. The roar of water intensifies. He is suddenly swept forward. His skull hits the altar with a crunch.
Take your leave. I will not eat the soul of the Orc priest. I'm nice enough to not do that. So I guess that place is probably a secret to see the lizard altar, probably. Or not. It's again linked with Vrogir.
Careful now. That's a trap.
What is not a trap? It's not a sug that it's a trap.
The spirit of another orc stands before you, but this one is formidably armored and extraordinarily angry.
Level 1.
Dogs, skulking vermin, cowards.
He hurls the warhammer away with a final yell before turning to you with a deep scowl, panting for breath that he no longer needs.
Godwoken, you're here. Did you kill the Black Ring runts who defiled Vrogir's temple, who flooded this sacred temple, rather than test me in battle?
Say that you've killed them all.
Good. Heretics deserve only death. This temple was a fortress. My traps made it untouchable, unpassable. That weasel, that sad old man, he responded not with strength, but with soggy cowardice, and made me look the fool. Face me, you milk-livered mouse!
What? Ask about the Ark. What came of them?
The world grew too civilized for us. No plunder, no glory,
No, irritation.
nothing to make our hearts quicken. My people left you to your cities and farms and soft beds. They went far in search of a place where they could be alive. that I am a knight of Varogia. I stand vigil. I do not know what became of him.
Take your leave. Hey, that's a light. There's a tomb there. A tomb there. Why do I feel like it would be a fight?
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Oh, no money. I take money every day. You're dumb, Sybil. I really appreciate you. But don't walk in the trap, please. There. Then, whoops, go there. And that's mine. Oh. I see, take everything. Teleport to Lady Vengeance. Because I have a new thing to identify. Mainly that bow.
I'm afraid that exploring this island would only consume precious time that I need for my work. I shall be remaining here.
The fact that there is no rune on it makes it useless. And the fact that it doesn't boost my crit. But it's money. You know what? Let's try something. Remove my crossbow because that's the thing I have the most sense of keeping. Can I do something by putting that there and putting that thing there? Oh yes. I just don't know what it did. What did it do? Did it do something? Let's load and try with the other one because I don't understand. What was added? I'm confused. I'm freaking confused. What is the point? Remove the crossbow. Put in there. Put those one in. Does that do something? No, so that one can do something, but not the other one. So, let's look correctly. Okay. They did give finesse. I don't know if it had finesse before. I feel dumb because of how confused I am. You know what? Let's keep that like that. It probably did something. Probably. And if it did something, it's probably positive. Probably. I'm close to leveling up. This is good. I just one more discovery or one more fight and I'm leveling up. I still need to find a master and kill him. Because obviously killing him. Again, that place is suspicious. Wait, stop. Who are you? You put people to silence. Save. I need to make sure that I don't lose, so save beforehand. Because I think I can speak to them.
A Black Ring captain stands before you. She looks remarkably ordinary, you think, as far as Black Ring go. But then you hear a voice inside your head.
Tell me who you are, or I will kill you. And do not doubt me, for I tell the truth.
Wonder to yourself if she can read your mind. Imagine dancing with her, drinking in the moonlight.
Her expression does not change. She cannot read your mind, but you can read her face. And you see she grows impatient.
Tell me who you are, or I will kill you.
Make the sign of the lone wolf.
The sign is good, so kill the divine pigs and kill the Godwoken. Kill them all, and then perhaps you die and rise again.
Keep your peace, not an acknowledgement, and turn away. Can I get experience? Before fighting? Oh!
He looks you in the eyes, raises the palm of his hand towards you. Serpent-like coils writhe beneath the skin. The skin blackens. Noxious black smoke pours from him.
You're a merchant. That's cool. Do you have invisibility potion? Yes! How much turn does that? 10 turn! You're spoiling me there. Do you realize how useful it will be to destroy your people? Probably not. Do you have to think that I need to make more? Invisibility potion myself? I don't think you do. You do. Mine.
Into your mouth, your tongue turns dry, then rough, almost scaly, and you feel your source, unsettled, as if attracted to the man's black eyes. As the black smoke snake takes over your tongue, you feel yourself slipping away. You see a vision, an army of the undead, risen to turn the world to a lifeless waste. At its head, a god king.
Resist to repulse the spell. Gently bow a serpent back to him.
The smoke snake returns to its master. Your mouth returns to normal, and with a sibilant hiss, the alchemist begins to laugh.
Okay.
He tips his temple in salute. For a moment, a black smoke snake coils around his fist, and then is gone.
Okay. I see Dreamer there. Why?
Death will become a thing of the past.
The dreamer's eyes have rolled over white. His fingers twitch as you near. A cold presence suddenly seizes you. Your breath shortens, and a voice enters your mind, probing. Losa, the prey that my master seeks, God-woken.
Claim that he is most possessive. You're in fact a lore, tasked with drawing true Godwoken out of hiding so that they can be killed.
The cold presence ebbs away. You take a deep breath. The voice offers parting words. Very well. Go, in service of the God King.
Do so. Okay. It's Sand Flame Rune. Enchant Masterwork Rune. Can I steal? Hey, yonk. After doing the Masterwork Rune, something with it, I will murder. I like murder. That... It's obviously not stolen if I do something with it. Like, if I craft with it, it's obviously not stolen anymore. Probably. That's how it worked, right? Wits. Manage rune.
The covenant will be kept.
And sort
The loyal shall be rewarded.
that.
All that you desire.
Exactly, you understood everything.
The God King.
Put that in.
Life
There we
shall
go,
be
more
restored.
damage.
Loved ones
Because damage is my
return to you.
main thing. Physical damage, I mean. So, Sibyl. Are you ready for murder? Because I hope you are. Really? What is my game? You're this. I hope you like my little friend. Like I say a lot of time, he's not friendly. And will kill you if he can. Who is the first one to play? You. You're annoying because you are... rogue. But I'm not there, so not my problem. So, you with your wordless aura. Bunk? Bunk! You will be kind of a problem. You have the thing that make that it go through armor, which is annoying. But let's throw you here. Do that so my spell costs less. Do that. Then do that. Two of you can't play. Curse him if you want. I don't care. I forgot that throwing the rain would make them see me. I'm dumb. I made a mistake. You're the merchant. Stop drinking. Stop drinking! Why are you free? Good try, I guess. The wordless got healed, that's fine. So. You decide to be a pain. I understand. Okay, that's me. Next row of damage. Boom. Two of you don't play. You have high physical armor, but not that high comparatively. Magically. So bunk. You are a traitor. I didn't saw you. Three of you were traitor. I'm dumb. I should have seen everything I could sub before. Eh. Too late to regret. In fact, it's acid, right? No. Don't play. Bonk. That would hurt. Ah, no, that doesn't hurt. You're weak. It's mainly because I have the thing to not get that. I want the wordless dead. There we go. Level up. Level up. So, finesse, wisdom, or crit chance. here. There's one more level and I maxed out my damage. You already maxed out Pyrokinesis. Now Arrow, because I use a lot of those spells. And boost your crit sense. So, you. Fly there. And end you. Dodge. Earthquake. I'm on blood, so it's not that useful. Impalement.
I'm ready.
Then it's you, so you die. And go there. Heh, miss. And then let's throw everything I have on you, since you don't have magical armor. And that's how we kill somebody. Punk. You're stunned. So let's do more damage. Because why not? We're just a little bit strong. Just a little bit. I would say just a little bit too over-prepare. Oh, a necklace. A good one too. Oh. Oh. I have no regret at the end. They gave me all the spell I could wish for. So let's now start seeing how I put my thing. How do I can learn that now? I wasn't planning to, but I take it. So I have the strongest Hunter spell now. And you will start to learn that. I could use that. Oh no, it's a melee weapon, so I don't use that. Equip. That. Do I want to remove my thing for that? I lose to warfare. I lose a lot of damage, so no. There's one where I lose once combat and once summoning. But that would boost my magical armor kind of a lot. No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Yes? Gonna vote, see if you sell better thing. It's a better way to do it.
I'm afraid that exploring this island would only consume precious...
And sell the boot. If I can buy better item for me and my build to him, that would be perfect. Yeah, I don't need it. So, do you sell already a better bow? Level 17, bow or crossbow. You do. It doesn't have a place for a rune though. So it's not useful. You're a deception. I'm at the point where sensing armor could really be good. That's the problem that I have actually. I lose to Warfare. The Warfare is really good. What is happening? That's so much money! Oops, I keep that. Even if I thought I will use it, I will keep those. Yeah. I can see that. I could see that from the New Zelda game, honestly. I'm really thinking about switching my armor just because it would be a better stat. Nah, the bonus is too good. The 2 Warfare is too good for me to remove that. Which annoy me. Whoops, I didn't take all the money I could. So, go back outside. The worst part is the fact that I know I could be better.
A strange symbol is carved into the stone. Details lost to the wear of time. Even blunted with age, the symbol resembles an arrowhead forged in flame.
Think of it on the note you found in the desk cultist.
The cultist was told to follow the sigils to his trial of loyalty. He had to bring a fire rune to fill the dragon's mouth. The arrowhead points the way forward.
Okay. So there is rune that I can follow like that. Yeah. Okay, I see. That's how we get the next part of the armor. I'm level 17 now, so I'm supposed to be able to do everything I think here. Let's not go to the level field though. I have a limit on how much pain I want to endure. I still need to find a master too. I still need to find some god place. There's still a lot of things that I need to do. That game have too much thing to do. I'm coming back. I'm back to kill. Kill! Die. Die, please. Even if I don't need it, let's summon. It's my main thing, so let's summon. Mainly just to make it unable to play. So, now let's kill you. If I'm able to. I will not be able to. I will be able to. You're free.
Even though her tormentor is dead, the Magister is still paralyzed with fear. Her mind is gone.
Ah.
Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it.
Oh well. Honestly, not my problem. Yes, that was a mean thing to say, but that's a fact. That's not my problem. Learn that. Honestly, learn that too, learn that, and learn that. Even if you will not use them, you'll still have them. There's a Port's corpse. There is some Port's corpse. That place looked too official for me to want to go there. What is that place? Lunar Shrine. The Watcher. Who is the Watcher?
Looks like those black ring made a lethal enemy.
Undead.
You approach an undead, standing proud at the lip of a broken bridge. Understandably fearless of the fatal drop, she gazes into the lava sputtering below. Turning to you, she motions to the black ring corpses at her feet.
Good riddance to bad rubbish, eh? Only thing I like less than black ring are trolls. Godwoken, are you?
Not, you are.
I thought so. I see it on you like an aura. I see such things, for I am the Watcher. And I seek such things, for I am a seeker.
Ask if she's one of Miss Siva's people.
The Meister.
She bats one skeletal hand in a truly derisive fashion. Her crackling laugh sounds like dry leaves whirling in the wind on an autumn night.
The Meister's ragtag band are but a pale imitation of the tradition they sought to revive. I am one of the original Seekers. We swore to be Knights of the Council, Guardians of Godwoken, and Defenders of Divinity. Together, we failed. But still, I try. Alone. Unless...
Take your bet, unless what?
The Knight of Duna has been cursed. Void runs through his veins where source once flowed. I am sworn to protect the Council and all within it. But that same oath renders me unable to lift a blade against him. Release the Knight's good spirit from his corrupted shell, Godwoken. Do this, and I will gift you with the last standard of the original Seekers. If you seek ascension, it could help you greatly in the trials along the way.
Says he can count on you to bring an end to the corrupt Knight of Duna.
My thanks. And the thanks of Duna's knights too. In life, I knew him well. He would hate to be like this. Believe me, you would be releasing him from torment. Please do.
Okay. Let's take what is in the corpse though. Okay, there is nothing. So what is up there? Can I craft a potion with that? Ultimate Augmentator. I want to know if that does something. Where is my flask? Where are my flask? Flask. No. So I have no idea what I can do with that. Who is there? Human pillar. Okay, that's some pillar. That's a waypoint. Bunny! Bunny!
The bunny gives you a dazed look, like he's not all there.
Yeah, wow, what a shock, yeah.
Ask her if he's alright.
Huh? What? Oh, hi. So, yeah, hey, here's the thing. Don't get too close to the sticky out thing with the shape thing near the door. Thing's dangerous. What a shock. Bye.
Okay, I will not. Okay, it's to the thing that I get if I speak to all the spirit, I think. Not all the spirit, but I pray to all the altar, I think. I would guess at least. Those are the 3 cards that I already took care of. So, if... Okay, that's the shrine of the lizard. But where was the place to pray? I didn't get the ability to pray. What? Troll! Mine. I don't know why I'm happy to see a troll. Usually they're just bad thing. Boom. For now, I never saw a troll that was really good. They wanted to make me pay. I don't want to pay. There's a cave. Swords. Is that enough damage? No. At least one of them will be on the ground. The other one just have to deal with me at melee range. And suffer for it. Now, since you're still at melee range, what are things that I can do at melee range that would not be too much of a problem? And that. So you're dead. And you will die too. Sorry, doggo.
The gem feels both extremely hot and extremely cold, and yet sits comfortably in your hand. Within the crimson crystal, a galaxy of stars seems to twinkle, and beyond the stars lies a strange and wondrous realm. The stars swirl and move, and form a face, the face of an imp.
Oh! I see if the result doesn't normally go. Wait, not that the color can represent the element. Red for life, black for death, blue for the hair. Think on it, man. Take one away and you have one.
The imp's face shatters into a billion stars once more. The gem returns to its inert state.
Well, I guess I failed.
Lucky find.
That was weird. But I wasn't expecting something in which link with hemp to be logical. Honestly. So, I want to go to that temple. Where am I supposed to pray? Exactly. You're exactly right. Wait. Oh no, it's not even the imp. It's not even the lizard, it's the imp.
An empty pedestal stands before you. From the ostentation...
Did I mess up? Oh.
Nice.
Oh, I guess I have another chance with Sibyl. Where are you? Will I see it? Yes. Do not care. Oh wait, why do I do the way like that? There we go. So, how do I deal with the Tem? I will save first of all, until I get the good answer.
Nice.
Or not. Say the word countless.
The face dissolves,
What?
and the stars begin to swirl. And so too does your head, as you are taken to...
What the heck?
A whole realm within a single gem. Incredible.
What?
The machine is manipulating time itself. I'm in a hurry here.
That's weird. This dog cannot be picked. Okay, so it's an enigma. And everyone know how smart I am to deal with enigma. That mean not that much. I guess it need to be somebody. Or not, since there is a lot more place. But that one doesn't count. Or does it? Okay, no, it seemed to count. Is there any place that I miss? Can I loot that? It seems far away. Okay, no, I can. For some reason. I don't have the strength. Cheating is the way to go.
A chicken is not the answer. Answer search continued.
Okay, yes, a second wasn't the answer, I guess. And I can technically cheat, so why would I care? Or not. I can't cheat, it seems. Not in that step. Which is mean. Am I stuck? Well, no, I'm not. Since I have that. Maybe it's linked with that.
Love is not the answer. Answer search continues.
Okay, so love is not the answer. Good to know. I guess. I will be honest, I'm a little bit lost now. Enough strength, so I can't deal with that. But there is a waypoint there. Wait. Wait. There is something weird there. Can I seize my way through? Let's take a look if there is that. That place is weird. And I'm not smart, so it doesn't help. Oh, test. No matter the number of times I say that I'm a genius when I solve a problem, I really am not. Simon. Okay, that's the altar of the goblin, the goblin hemp.
Hostile threat detected. Executing operator extirpation in 3, 2.
Reach for the... No, complete the countdown and your head 1.
0. Threat detected. Executing system extirpation.
That's such a bitch move! Such a bitch move that the game just crashed. The game just crashed. The game just crashed. And yes, that was literally an instant death moment. The game didn't like its own thing. But did I really lose the run on something that dumb? I think I did. Am I mad? Yes, I am. Because there is literally no way for me to save anything there. It's literally checkmate. Let's drink to forget. So let's wait. Let's wait to see what the game did with that. Whoa, the loading screen is dead. It's possible that the game wasn't able to save. I doubt it, but it's possible. I wouldn't know where I would be if that was the case, but I just know that it's instantly crash. I have a little hope, but it's non-existent in fact. If only I wasn't undead. Yeah. Let's be honest, that was so dumb. It was literally the worst way to die. It's when the games say, well, you lose. I guess you don't seat puzzle from God. I'm kind of depressed. Nah, I will end the stream soon no matter what, so I will already start the next run. Like, it's the death that felt the most unfair since the start. Where do I put my skill? Rens. Persuasion. I guess I will now know. I guess. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. It's not Rens, it's summoning. Let's remove those two at the start, put those. Talent. Where's Lone Wolf? I could literally use the way to seize the game to go faster, but I will not use telekinesis to break the game. Even if at that point I feel like it's deserved. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
So, easy now.
Let's go. Let's go.
And here I was hoping my upstairs visitor was just playing tricks on me.
Skip the tutorial. Take the cup.
Why you're looking a bit more. There you are.
Shut up.
Find him on the
I will literally skip most dialogue because
There's been a murder here.
I already did it 3 times now. So I do not care.
Sits tucked to
Snake. I bet that roll decided. Don't worry.
She looks you.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you.
I could lick your arm and tell.
She gives. She pat.
There. I don't.
She will literally be the only one I will listen until I'm back to where I was. Let me go.
Yes, sir, they just glad you head on in. Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries
Standing at the center of.
Yeah,
She.
you
She. She's.
Shut up! Nobody care. Technically, I could have solved the incident if I wouldn't have bring Sybil with me in the gem. If I would have keep her outside of it. But obviously I was dumb. Or if I had a undead again. Because I'm dumb and that's dumb too. Let's get all the body. Get everything. Nah. It would have given me the ability to level up already when I finish the tutorial. But I don't want to. If I do, I can't choose where Sybil will put her skill points, so I will not.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Break that.
Thank gods.
Shut up! Technically, the only advantage of me restarting is the fact that sooner in the game I will be able to be more strong, but that's still annoying. Like, I know how to put where I put my skill before it's at a point where I will have difficulty, and I know how to optimize situation to get experience, but still. Thank you for wasting your action point. There we go, thank you for the experience. Mine. I don't know why I felt like I would probably lose the run today. That's the worst part. A part of me was already like, that will not go well, there is a problem. You don't know the area, so you will die. And that part of me was right at the end. Exactly, I guess. I'm tired now. Well, I was tired in the first place, but still. I could literally rush upstream to be able to go back to the same state But I... Shut up, tutorial! But I will not do that. I don't want to. At least I know a little bit more of the thing that I could do to optimize experience instead of killing thing. Die. There we go, problem solved. Mine. And then I will die in the first area of the game for some reason. That would be sad. Oh, and I won't humiliate myself in some area. I just realized that. Like, I just did humiliate myself here, though. Because I was dumb. I now know that if the game wants me to solve an enigma, do not seize it. I will get punished by the game. By losing my run. Let me go down. Go here.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void Woken!
Bonk bonk. Blood. I only need to survive long enough for that to become stronger and for me to get to do more damage.
Beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
I could probably get back to Reaper Coast in like maximum 2 stream. Reaper Coast will be the longest place though. Since I can't exactly skip all the dialogue while not caring. Like even for Joy, I can't skip every dialogue without caring because I don't know every dialogue perfectly.
I'll yield to none. Prepare yourself.
Die. See if there is any thing in the corpse.
Let's head above decks.
I could have decided to not do a Lone Wolf playthrough though. Well, after I finish all that, I will be able to say that I can't believe that I lost my honor playthroughs on an instant death.
It's ripping the ship apart!
Shut up, game. At least I will be able to get the Sibyl dialogue without the Shrieker, I guess. It's not a game that I would buy. I never really played to Diablo, and they cost a lot of money, so it's not a game that I would buy. Because I don't see myself buying those kind of game. Like, I know I should try probably, but I don't want to pay money to maybe be not liking a game. A style of game more, because I will blame my death on my lack of knowledge and how dumb it is to put an instant death somewhere. At least an instant death for somebody that isn't undead. I should have done what I do normally. It's to put my second character in a safe spot when I explore a new area.
I need to dig here. I need a shovel. I need a shovel.
Didn't I took it? Oh no, I didn't. I will end the stream soon though. So let's just loot the rest. You know what? That time I will try to kill Dallas and all that before the fight. Before the actual fight. Because there is a way to do that, even if it's harder. So I need to get to the highest level I can before escaping for Joy. Which is doable. Then make sure that they can't reach me and I can reach them. It just crashed. I wish I would have finished the game, but the game just didn't want to work. That's why I switched that game in the first place, it's because the grenades just refused to work.
This is Fort Joy.
A delivery. Surely you'll have one.
Hello, Sibyl.
Amid the squalor, her eyes are focused. No sooner have
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off. There is no fame here.
a push. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you
Let me once, but now I intend to raise the subject.
She drives.
That makes you
A bright spot.
Make your case and do it quickly. Escape. Oh, you know what? I'm not As a rogue, my speciality is
Arcanart.
But of course,
I want
can
to
play the
have
strings of magic like a harpist her
Wizard.
instrument. Is there any specific tune that suits me fine? Lead, then follow me.
Just because you start with a seal. Oh no, you start with a staff. One. I have a seal for you. Perfect. You even have a part of armor for you already. Now, next road. Next place. Our first level up. We will deal with those dumb people.
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
Lexi? That's a weird name.
Don't let it.
An intense.
Just stand.
Lone wolf.
The thug.
Pay up, elf. No one.
The intense-looking man's burrow.
Get it.
The elf smile.
Follow me.
There we go.
There is a
So after that I will kill them myself. Because obviously I will. Summoning. Persuasion. I need you to have thievery. That's the reason why I didn't want to level up before. You will start getting arrow. Get a bit of memory. Constitution, because you will need better sealed. And we start killing. Because I do not care. They are evil, so I don't care about killing them. And it's mainly because it's more experience. You know, pity doesn't exist when you lose your run to an instant death. So basically, I do not care anymore.
Prepare yourself.
After all, why would it exist? And that also means that I will kill some NPC that I didn't kill before. Just for the principle of it. And because I know that they're useless normally. At least I thought they are useful. Okay, no, it's not dead, but Ethan will kill. There we go, a little bit more experience. Because that's what I need. Steal those. Go up there. I really have to equip myself to be able to hit level 8 enemy before I am a level 8.
I would not dream of subverting.
Looky, looky here. Why don't you join?
The
No problem, Freshie.
clean.
I'm sure the Reg told ya. With pleasure.
Okay, I start the fight with a summon. This is perfect. That's what Arta bid though. Like that. To slow them down and poison them, then fall on him. Okay, attack her, I'm fine. Instant death. A room got filled by dead fog and I died. Simply. The game just decided that I died. Today. That's fine. I can't really stay on that. What was that? Death. What kind? Instant. That will make me learn to try and seize a puzzle. Well, for you. That's annoying, Stanley. Did you know, dear dwarf, that you're kind of annoying? And that I just put myself in a worse situation suddenly? By you.
Into the dark.
Don't say that I will lose my run there.
I need aid.
Yes, I will. Time to end stream. I decided to attack too fast without any equipment, so yeah. I was dumb in that start. But that's fine, I will end the stream. I'm in pain. So, thank you for watching the stream, or the VOD. I hope you have a great day or night. It was silly, unfair to follow subscribe if you want, and well, bye bye.